All right, things that you did not know about 101 Dalmatians. Not 100, not 102. It is 101 Dalmatians. It debuted on January 25th, 1961. The budget was just $4 million. However, it made $303 million at the box office. Now, the film introduced a groundbreaking animation technique. 101 Dalmatians was the first Disney feature to use xerography. Building up to this, I knew I was going to have trouble saying this. It's spelled with an X, Xero graphy. It's a technique that allowed animators to transfer drawings directly to animation cells. So the process eliminated the need for labor-intensive inking by hand and made it possible to animate the hundreds of spots on the Dalmatians more efficiently. The technique actually saved the studio from potential financial trouble after the costly production of Sleeping Beauty. More on that in a moment. Cruella De Vil. She was inspired by Tallulah Bankhead. The iconic villain Cruella De Vil was modeled after actress Tallulah Bankhead, known for her flamboyant personality and dramatic flair. Voice actress Betty Lou Gerson brought Cruella to life with an exaggerated, gravelly tone inspired by Bankhead's mannerisms. Cruella's eccentric character design with her wild two-toned hair and bold fashion set a new standard for Disney villains. And we actually, when we were in Disneyland 2 years ago over Halloween, we got to go do Oogie Boogie's Bash in California Adventure. My wife dressed up as Maleficent, my daughter dressed up as Cruella De Vil. And one of the things that you do in the park is you're essentially kind of trick-or-treating. You go around and they have different villain stations set up, and you walk through a line, you collect candy, which, by the way, if you want candy, do that, man, because we ended up with a boatload. And the whole time, Cruella's up on stage, and when my daughter finally came up, she's like, and they do such a good job with it. She's talking about, like, I saw you all the way back there. You look beautiful, darling. Don't let anybody ever tell you different. Like, it was awesome. Like, an absolute blast. Highly recommend Oogie Boogie Bash. Did you know 1961's 101 Dalmatians was a reaction to Sleeping Beauty's financial losses? After Sleeping Beauty underperformed at the box office, Walt Disney considered shutting down the animation division. 101 Dalmatians was produced on a significantly lower budget. It was about half that they did for Sleeping Beauty, with a simpler art style compared to earlier films. Its success revitalized Disney animation and proved that more economical productions could still captivate audiences. Over 6 million spots were animated for this movie. The animators meticulously added spots to each of the 99 puppies and the 2 adult Dalmatians. Pongo has 72 spots, Perdita has 68, and the puppies collectively feature millions of spots throughout the film. Now, to ensure continuity, because think about this, it could look really wonky if you're not paying attention to where the spots are on these dogs. They created a special spot map to keep track of each Dalmatian's unique pattern. And finally, Dodie Smith, the author of the original novel, was thrilled with the adaptation. The book was originally published in 1956, and she was a dog lover, owned 9 Dalmatians herself, which of course inspired her to write the book. Look, we have 2 dogs right now, and they're already a handful, which, by the way, quick side note, fully integrated the new puppy with our older dog. They're now good friends. It's gone quite swimmingly. But back to 101 Dalmatians. Dottie Smith, she was delighted with Disney's adaptation and particularly loved Cruella De Vil's over-the-top characterization, calling it a brilliant addition to her story.